Unfortunately, many people never discover their life's purpose. But today, we're here to change that. The concept of finding your purpose is intimidating, and most of us do not know where to start. But I have uncovered the formula for discovering and fulfilling your life's purpose. Let's get it. Ever since David defeated Goliath by simply using a slingshot, the world has never been the same. David and Goliath is a biblical story from the Old Testament of the Bible. Now, David was a young teenager simply running an errand for his father. Goliath was a 9-foot tall giant, a battle-tested champion, an intimidating opponent to anyone. But it wasn't what David did. It was how David did it. For example, I'm a rapper, but it doesn't just matter what I do. It matters how I use my gift. Do I use it to advocate for good or for evil? And today, this talk is meant to help you think about how you use your gifts and if you are fulfilling the God-given purpose for which you were designed. Case in point, check this out. Homie, I'm real, because if you fake, it'll get you killed. Snitches know the deal. They get bust open if they squeal. And when it's time to ride, you know it's time to die. Haters had better hide or bullets about to fly. You're playing with your life, homie. They all know Lil Deezy riding night, homie. I dip low and I'm strapped up tight, homie. Duct tape your mama and shoot off in your wife, homie. She just got real awkward in here. It just got real awkward in here, y'all. Well, that was the first rap I ever wrote. First rap I ever wrote, back when I was in high school. Heavily inspired by my favorite artist at the time, Lil Wayne. Clearly, I had a gift, witty wordplay, catchy rhymes, you heard me? But the message, all about shooting and killing people, taking your wife and sleeping with her, etc., etc., etc. More on all that later. Back to the story. So David was a young teenager. Goliath was a 9-foot tall giant. Everyone in David's army was afraid to battle Goliath. Goliath was cocky. He was arrogant. He just knew that he could not lose. So when they saw David, and they saw that he had the courage to actually fight Goliath, his people tried to help him. So King Saul gave David his weapons. King Saul literally said, here, he gave David his sword. He gave David his helmet. He gave David his shield. And David took it all at first. And he even tried it on. But eventually, David said, no, because he knew what his special gift was. His gift was his slingshot. Whew. Long before he ever decided to fight Goliath, David had been taking care of his father's animals, and he would use his slingshot to defeat lions and bears that tried to steal his father's lambs. If the animal turned on him, David would go after it and catch it by the jaw and club it to death. So point number one, find your slingshot. What is your special gift or passion that you know is unique to you, not other people? You naturally love it. You're great at it, and you have an intense passion for it. When I first graduated college, I used to be a middle school teacher in my home state of Louisiana. As a teacher, I saw how much my students were influenced by rap music. I saw it firsthand, yo. They would memorize their favorite lyrics. They would constantly recite their favorite songs from their favorite artists, way quicker than I could get them to memorize multiplication or long division, right? Not only were the lyrics appealing, but so was the lifestyle. They wanted to walk, talk, dress, and act like their favorite artist, y'all. I saw this. I'll never forget when one of my students came in class, middle school student, with a tattoo on his arm that said M-O-B. That doesn't stand for mob, by the way. M-O-B is an acronym that stands for money over B-I-H-E-S. Yep. And I asked my student, why did you get that tattoo? And I asked him if he knew what it stood for. He looked me in the eye and replied, no, sir, I don't know what it means. But he said he got the tattoo because his favorite rapper at the time, Lil Wayne, had that same tattoo on his chest. I knew that I loved rap music and that hip-hop culture was something I loved as well. I was raised on it. I also knew that ever since college, I had been writing rhymes in my room until I would fall asleep at night. Then I had been performing at open mics. When I would get out of school after teaching, I would go across town, hang up posters, hand out flyers, and perform at open mics, right? Until I got really, really good. And I saw the power that I had when I had that microphone in my hand. So now, as a middle school teacher, I realized that I could have the heart of a teacher, but the platform of a rapper. Because all rappers are teachers. The only difference is we get to write our own curriculum with our lyrics. I discovered that hip-hop was my slingshot. Even if other people didn't get it, didn't respect it, or didn't understand it, I found out that hip-hop was my slingshot. Point number 2, use your slingshot for the purpose God designed it for. This is my favorite part of the whole talk right here. This part right here is my favorite part. Find your slingshot, but then use it for the purpose God designed it for. See, once David found his slingshot, y'all, he still had a choice to decide how he would use it. He had something you and I have. It's called free will. His slingshot was merely a gift that he possessed. So he could choose to use it for the purpose God designed it for. He could choose to not use it at all, or he could choose to abuse it and use it for a purpose it wasn't designed for. Stay with me. Imagine if David would have used his slingshot, but instead of hurling a stone at Goliath and killing him, what if David had decided to begin tossing stones at his own army and killing his own people? I know it may sound weird, but technically, he had a choice to do this if he decided to. He would have been using the right gift, but for the wrong purpose. Whew. And metaphorically, this is what we see many people in this world doing. They have discovered their gift. They know what their slingshot is, but they are not using it for the purpose God designed it for. For example, as a rapper, like I said, I could rap this verse from earlier. Homie, I'm real, because if you fake, it'll get you killed. Snitches know the deal. They get bust open if they squeal. When it's time to ride, you know it's time to die. Haters had better hide or bullets about to fly. You're playing with your life, homie. They all know Lil D's ride at night, homie. I dip low and I'm strapped up tight, homie. Duct tape your mama and shoot off in your wife, homie. Awkward moment again. Or I could rap this verse. What's the point of writing all of these lyrics if I'm rapping to an audience that ain't trying to hear it? They'd rather me blow a bag than rap about building wealth. They'd rather me get some brain than rap about mental health. Don't censor me. Eventually, try to make sense of me. I don't need your dollars. I need you to think sensibly. You feel good now that you vegan. That's funny. If you're still promoting garbage, that's just a healthy dummy. My city don't even love me. I'm calling it how it is. I'm a threat to the power structure that's brainwashing our kids. I'm fracturing all the egos of illegitimate heroes. I only look up to one man because he died, then he rose. I keep it too real because life don't last too long. If everybody likes me, I'm doing something too wrong. Maybe in time, they'll appreciate my words like Nipsey. Till then, I'm going to see how far keeping it real gets me. They don't like me, but they know they can't deny me. See, I'm a real gangster, and you know right where to find me. Gangsta, do not try me. Growing and nurturing gifts, serving the Almighty. Whew. David used his slingshot for the purpose it was designed for, y'all. He used that special, unique skill that he was blessed with, and he figured out how he could use it to fight for a noble cause, defeat a worthy opponent, and make this world a better place. And as you can see, he did it. He did it successfully, which brings us to point number 3. Let's bring this thing home. Defeat your Goliaths. Defeat your Goliaths. David knew his Goliath because he was staring him right in the face. But you and I, we don't have to look far. We can identify our Goliaths as well, yo. What are those giants? What are those obstacles? What are those forces of evil and negativity that exist in our lives and in the world around us? Think about it. Those are the Goliaths that we have been uniquely equipped and empowered to defeat with our slingshots. Some Goliaths may be hatred, gun violence, poverty, racism, police brutality, poor education systems, depression, anxiety, sex trafficking, political corruption. The list goes on and on. So many Goliaths in this world, and so many that are specific to our lives. But the good news is, the entire reason you were born was to defeat your Goliaths and make this world a better place. That's the entire reason you were born, to find your slingshot and defeat your Goliaths. It's already written. That's why you're here. Literally. It's just about making sense out of life and making sense out of your place in it. I understand the process. I'm going through it myself on a daily basis. Thankfully, though, I discovered my slingshot, which is hip-hop, and I figured out how to properly use it. The fruit and the impact that my gift has produced can be seen and felt all over the world by the grace of God. And I still have more to do, y'all, until the day I leave this earth. So ain't no such thing as I'm bored. I always got work to do, and so do you. So now you have the 3 steps needed to discover and fulfill your purpose on this earth. Number 1, find your slingshot. Number 2, use your slingshot for the purpose God designed it for. Number 3, defeat your Goliaths. Thank you, and thank you. My name, not coincidentally, is David. David Augustine Jr., professionally known as Dee-1. May God bless you all.